Today marks 1 year since the devastating October 7th attacks, a date that changed Israel, Gaza, and the wider Middle East forever. Ceremonies are being held across Israel to honor the victims, while political debates continue abroad over how the world should remember that day. Israeli leaders, families of victims, and international guests gathered at memorial sites throughout the country. Flags were lowered to half-mast, and sirens echoed nationwide at the exact time the attacks began. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called it a day of pain and unity. Leaders from around the world sent messages of solidarity with Israel. U.S. and European officials emphasized the need for both remembrance and continued efforts to bring stability to the region. In the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Keir Starmer sparked controversy after urging university students to avoid what he described as un-British protests related to the Israel-Gaza conflict. His remarks came amid rising tensions on UK campuses over demonstrations and political expression. Several universities across Britain have seen heated protests, with students demanding stronger criticism of Israel's actions in Gaza. Others argue that the protests have crossed into anti-Semitic territory. Starmer's warning reflects growing concern over division within British society. For Israelis, October 7th is not just a date, it represents the country's most painful day in decades. Over 1,200 people were killed and hundreds taken hostage when Hamas launched its surprise attack from Gaza. The trauma remains deeply embedded in the national consciousness. In Gaza, meanwhile, the conflict that followed has left thousands dead and entire neighborhoods destroyed. Humanitarian groups continue to warn of worsening conditions and urge both sides to pursue lasting peace. Across the world, public opinion remains split. While some see Israel's response as justified self-defense, others argue it has gone too far. Starmer's message to students highlights the delicate balance leaders are trying to strike between free speech and social unity. Families of victims spoke emotionally at today's ceremonies, calling for remembrance but also for change. Many say the cycle of violence must end and that the world should not let another October 7 happen again. As Israel remembers and Britain debates, the Middle East continues to search for stability. 1 year later, the scars of October 7 remain, a reminder that peace is still a distant dream, yet one the world cannot afford to abandon.